I want you to imagine a highway, big highway, loads of cars, trucks, lorries, motorcycles driving past really fast, and you need to get onto the other side of this highway, right? And in order to get onto this other side of the highway, you need to navigate through all of the traffic, right? And so, can you imagine all the emotions that's going to come up for you trying to get to the other side of the highway where there's a bunch of cars going, right? You're probably worried, you've got fear, anxiety, right? Scared to get run over. Is going to be an accident? What if someone doesn't see me? All of this stuff could be happening like when you're trying to get onto the other side of the road. And so I just want you to understand what this analogy means. Okay, so on the other side of the road is your destination, right? Whether that's high states of consciousness, awakening, manifesting the life that you want, right? Making more money, starting that business that you want, starting a social media, or whatever it is that you want to create or manifest into your life, or awaken to, or become more enlightened, or whatever it is, right? And essentially between you and the destination, the other side of the road in this example, is all of these cars. The cars are thoughts, right? The vehicles are thoughts, and they're racing past and scary, and you got to worry and panic about all these cars, right? And this is what stops us from getting to the destination, right? If you want to lose weight, if you want to, like I said, get back into a relationship or find a relationship, if you want to make more money, all of it between you and that particular goal or outcome is thoughts. Every single thought that you have is a complete lie. It's a hypnosis that's keeping you trapped in the illusion of the matrix. If you take away language, you don't have any thoughts. Literally, if you take away language, you don't have any thoughts. And so you've learned language. Okay, you've learned language, you've stored that information in your brain, and that language has been put and pressed upon with meaning. So you've given words meaning. We give words meaning. And when there's meaning behind something, now there's even emotion behind it, which means you're fueling what we call the lie, the thought. It's kind of crazy, right? When you think about it. So we're all living in an illusion of what we think is right, what we think is wrong, right? This is a negative thought, this is a positive thought. This is gonna help me manifest. This is high vibrational, this is low vibrational. These are all thoughts, and your thoughts, create reality, they say, which is not completely accurate, right? Thoughts don't create reality. Reality already exists. We're just choosing from the infinite potentials with our thinking and our choices and the decisions and stuff like this. And so we want to get onto the other side of the road, but we got all these obstacles in the way. I don't have enough time is an obstacle. It's a thought. I don't have enough energy is also a thought, right? It can be a thought. I'm going to explain that in a moment, right? I don't have enough time. I don't have enough energy. I don't have enough money, right? I don't know where to start. I'm too old. I'm too young. I have these limiting beliefs. I have these blocks. I don't know how to visualize correctly. I don't have the right mindset yet. I need to become this person. I need to develop my confidence. I need to have more certainty. I got a low self-esteem. I'm not enough. I got this karmic imprint. My past lives. I have bad luck in life. Whatever it is. All of these are thoughts. These are all hypnosis. These are all things that we engage in, just like the cars in the road. It's like the cars are coming by, it's dangerous. Oh no, got to worry. What about this thought? But there's this karmic imprint, and there's this and that. I've got to work through this. What is it that you actually want, right? What is on the other side of All of these lies, narratives, and stories that we tell ourselves. What is on the other? What is when that's not there? What is left? Now, when it comes to the cars and the vehicles, obviously in real life, we have to take those things seriously, right? We have to take them seriously because we could get hurt, right? It can be actually very dangerous. But tell me something. Tell me something. Are your thoughts dangerous? No, right? They're not dangerous. So you could just get on the other side of the road just like that. But guess what we do? We think our thoughts are dangerous. We think that we have a thought, and then we have another thought on top of that thought says this thought is dangerous, or I shouldn't be thinking this thought, or I need to make this thought be different, or what if this happens? What if this goes wrong? What if I feel like this? Right? This is what's happening underneath, and it happens subconsciously sometimes. But essentially, we are overthinking every single thing, when in actuality, they're just thoughts. We take them seriously. So, in the example of having loads of thoughts, going over the highway of your brain, right? None of them are dangerous. None of them are doing anything that can actually have any power. Only if we give them power and we actually turn them into an actual physical car, in our brain, in our perception, that this is actually dangerous and I need to worry about it, right? And your wish is my command. What if we just was able to walk across the road and get to the destination without all of these thoughts? That's what presence does. Presence gets you across the road straight. You just go straight across and you go to your destination. Despite what thoughts are happening, despite your limiting beliefs, despite all of this subconscious programs and patterns, and I need to get over my anxiety first, I need to build my confidence, I need to do all this stuff. Because in presence, your confidence already exists. In presence, your self-love already exists. In presence, your taking action already exists. In presence, your imposter syndrome is no longer there. Right? In presence, you are all that is. And it's not in a weird ego trip identity way where like I am God, I am the divine, I am the universe, and I am powerful. That is weird. That's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is the transcendence of all thought altogether. The idea that you are something is another thought. The idea that you are the universe is another thought. The idea that you are God is another thought. And so I'm saying to transcend all of that altogether, not using it as a label to feel better about yourself, which is also a thought, right? The idea of yourself is also another thought. They're just thoughts. And so when we transcend all thinking, and by the way, I got a newsletter where you can get daily emails from me where you can like practice presence and get these insights on a daily basis so you can continually stay in a state, practice being aware and in presence and transcend the illusion. So you can literally reach your goals, manifest, take action, do all this stuff, but from a place of what we would call God, right? Or why is there balloons? I don't know why there was balloons just there. What the hell? Anyway, I'm not sure if that's going to show up in the video, but there was balloons. Anyway, I don't know why that happened. Like I'm using QuickTime to record this, and I'm using my iPhone. But yeah, um, yeah, God, like, we need to step back into God, man. That is it. That is where it is at. Like, we need to step back into God, right? And recognizing and remembering who we really are, right? Gavin is talking right now, right? My brain, my language, my I need to sneeze. I need to sneeze. It's coming. Excuse me. All right. Um, Language is allowing me to interact with you right now. Language is allowing me to support and guide people who are watching this video back into remembering who they already are. But you can only remember who you already are for yourself, right? And most of the time, I can tell you, people think that they understand what presence is, but they do not understand what presence is, right? They think they are there. They think that they get it. And even if you get it, you still don't get it because you're still in thought, right? There's nothing to get, right? There's nothing to get. And if you think you get it, you're not there, right? So it's a practice of realizing that it's not something that you find, it's something that you remember in who you actually are. And when I say that, the fundamentals of who you are is that you don't have to work towards it. It's already there. It's an unfolding and an unraveling and deprogramming and a remembering and a kind of like a curtain being open. And so what we got to realize is that none of these words are actually what it is, because it's beyond words, right? Words are condensing down into limitation. This is what it means. This is specific enlightenment. Samadhi, isness, pure consciousness, Christ consciousness is not specific. It's not in a box. It's not trapped. It's expansive. It's infinity. It's all that it is. It's everywhere all the time. It doesn't stop, right? And so even in using the words infinity and it's expansive and all this stuff, it's also words and it's limitation. So it's beyond all of that. So the point of this video is that you got this highway in front of you all of the time. You're listening to your thoughts, you're being hypnotized by your thoughts, and you're engaging in your thoughts and you're giving them power, and the power is now taken, right? Energy can't be created or destroyed. It's pulling from you. Thoughts are pulling from you. Did you know that athletes and CEOs and high income earners usually have around 20,000 thoughts per day, right? 20,000 thoughts per day. However, the general public have 70 to 80,000 thoughts per day. People who are what we would call average, if we're measuring in this 3D matrix, have more thoughts than people who are highly successful in this lifetime. So in practicing presence and having less thoughts, being present of your thoughts, not engaging with them, not giving them any power, it's going to allow you to make progress in this 3D dimension. But not only that, access higher states of consciousness. Now, if you would like to continue this journey with me, I have a newsletter you can sign up for, and you're going to get daily emails from me to remember who you really are, get those daily insights so that you can awaken to presence, or remember presence more, and not allow life to take you out of it. Okay. Okay, links in the description. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.